Irene,
Hey, how's it going?
how are you?
Good.
Well, it's trivia night.
Oh yeah, this awesome third place prize.
Oh, who is that queen?
Uh, Porter Wagner. You know, Porter Wagner.
Oh my God, I
You
love
know,
that.
check his sweet ass check. It has a wagon on it.
Is it a theme tonight or just regular
Just
trivia?
regular trivia. This will be
Okay.
for best team name. Urban Heat, the hip hop dance cardio workout on VHS.
Oh my God.
Because we're serious about crap right here. Yeah, we'll get going in just a couple of minutes.
Are you going to karaoke later?
Oh, who's hosting?
I have no idea.
I sometimes go down to Jeff or Zach are, but otherwise I'm like,
It's probably one of those two.
I mean, I did run that thing since 2009. So, like,
No.
over a decade of karaoke, it loses its flair a little bit if you do.
How fair.
It's a fun stuff rolling this week, as always.
I don't know. It's a little unintentionally, it's a little geography heavy, but that's just somehow it works out. I sit there and I'm like, man, am I going to redo all these just because there's like maybe two more geography questions than usual? And I'm like, we're not going to worry about it. But
Traveling back, right?
yeah, I just got back. I was in Mexico for a couple weeks.
Okay.
Just got back.
Vegas week.
I was in Vegas 2 weeks before that. Yeah, that was for work. I was job shadowing.
Sure.
But in Mexico is just for fun. But don't worry, I got violently ill for the last half of it. So
Really?
yeah, just full. Oh, it's so funny.
Buddy, five, like five.
Four, actually. Yeah, mine was just classic Montezuma's Revenge. But I was like, well, I guess we'll just be in bed for 5 days. Good. How you doing? Good. Yep, you can grab four of those right now and grab a pen here, and we'll get everything going here. I'll have a whole instruction sheet before we get going that'll explain everything. And yeah, but that's fantastic. Yeah, I'll be just fine. So great, you can just grab four. That'll be for 4 rounds we have tonight. You betcha. Yeah, and all the questions will be up on these screens, so should be all good. We'll get going here in just a couple minutes. Good evening, everyone. Welcome down to Cranky Sam. We're going to get started with trivia here in just a couple minutes. If you'd like to join us, you can come on up and grab some slips and a pen. Again, we'll get started here in just a couple minutes. Thanks for coming down to Cranky's.
Four, right?
Four. Oh, gosh, four.
Four.
How four of those you need there?
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know if I can
Four.
count yet, hey.
4. 4.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I don't know. It's going. Yeah, just grab one of those slips and let's get some more. Yep, and then turning in after the first round, is you like signing up, and I'll have a little instruction sheet. We'll be all good.
Your name have an eye in it, or just two E's?
An eye, two eyes. The last name is complicated.
What up, Reed?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing, man?
Good.
What do we need tonight? 5?
Four rounds. We'll take it. Star one of the rounds for Duncan Boyd.
No,
I mean, that's up to you.
we're gonna win without starring.
Okay. Yeah, prove it. I'd like to see it.
I'll try.
Hey, Aaron, Emily, could you give me a beer, please? There you go, chance. Thank you. Hi, I'm Reed. Hi, Vanessa. They all love me. They need me the worst way. Thank you. The timer. Stopwatch.
We need time footage.
We'll have 4 rounds, so you can grab 4 now, or you can just turn it. I personally would just get it one at a time, but I spill like a messy little top. So hey, that's me. But if you think you can handle it, go for it.
I can. I'm gonna go back to
Turn up. Or just don't put it in. Give me free beer.
You already did it for free. We just have to keep track of stock.
I know, but I want. Oh, well, I want more than my 3 frames. All right, folks, last call to come grab some slips. If you'd like to join us for trivia tonight, it is free. It is hopefully fun. And we'll have you out of here by 9 o'clock. But last call to come grab some slips and a pen. 4. You betcha.
Can we just use one for the whole table kind of thing?
Yeah, we'll have 4 rounds though. So yeah, all your team will decide on one set of answers to turn in. Yep. And I'll go through it. We'll have a little more instructions here before we get going.
Double check my device, make sure it works.
Oh yeah, I think that's the weird twister one.
Here we go. Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Good call. Alrighty, folks, if it's your first time down or it's been a while, go ahead and check out those screens up there. Here's how tonight's going to go. We'll have 4 rounds of 10 questions each. Each question is worth 1 point. But you'll see on your answer sheets, there's a spot to circle that star. That star will double your entire points for that round. So if you feel like you're really crushing around, you probably want to star it. I won't give any repeats, so please take notes as we go through. We'll take a break in between each round. And prizes tonight, first place prize, a $30 drink card. 20 place is a second place, a $20 drink card. Third place is this very kind of disturbing photorealistic statuette of Porter Wagner, apparently part of the country western hall of fame. He's very disturbing. Like, this is who, if you see them around children, you instantly call the cops. But he could stand and lord over your children in your home if you do well, but not too well down here tonight. We also have a special, even stupider prize for the best team name that I just decide whichever one made me giggle the most. We only have a few rules, so please follow them. No cell phones out during rounds at all, please. We also have a 6-person team limit. If you have more than 6, you're still welcome to play, but we'll need you to mark that down, and you won't be in the running for our craptastic prizes. Do try to keep your answers quiet, especially after that third or fourth delicious beer. Don't start shouting things out. That is tacky, Karen. Don't. And finally, last but not least, remember, it's just trivia. Relax. If you have a different answer, I'm happy to talk about it, but I take quite a bit of time to write these as clearly as possible, so let's get our learn on. With all that being said, make sure your team name is at the top, and we're going to dive right into round number 1. 75 years ago, I'm going to ask you questions about things that happened in 1949. That gem of a year. And as we go through, let's get those answers down. I'll give you some time indications. It's all going to work out just fine. So with that being said, let's dive into our 1949 round, 75 years ago. On January 1st in 1949, during a United Nations-sponsored ceasefire that ended the 1947 Indo-Pakistani War, what northernmost geographical region of the Indian subcontinent that shares its name with a goat yarn was divided? That is a whole lot of info. I promise that's the longest question I'll have for you, but read it over, check it out, and give your best guess for that northernmost geographical region of the Indian subcontinent. Maybe about 10 more seconds, so take some notes if you need to. We will not be doing any repeats, so take any notes you need on the back of the paper. So we move on now to question number 2. Question number 2. On February 2nd, 1949, Brett Spiner, famous for playing what android in TV and film, was born in Houston? What android is Brett Spiner famous for playing? Give you about 10 more seconds. So again, take some notes if you want some more time. 10 seconds. This will be a 2-part answer we'll need, but on March 25th, 1949, Soviet authorities began deporting more than 92,000 people from the Baltic states, which include the country of Estonia and what 2 others? What other 2 countries make up the Baltics besides Estonia? Seconds again. Take some notes if you need to. 10 seconds. Moving on to question number 4 in our 1949 round. What former British colony joined Canada as its 10th and most eastern province? Name that province of Canada, our friendly neighbors to the north. And seconds. Question number 5 on April 7th, 1949. With its plot centering on an American nurse during World War II, what Rodgers and Hammerstein musical opened on Broadway? Name that R&H musical. And seconds. Question number 6. On May 1st, 1949, Nereid, a moon of what eighth and farthest known planet from the sun, was discovered by Gerard Kuppel. Name that planet. Ten seconds. I'm sorry this has a little typo in it, but on June 8th, 1949, what famous dystopian novel by George Orwell was published in London? Again, what famous dystopian novel by George Orwell was published in old London town? 1949. Ten seconds. Question number 8 in our 1949 round. On July 19th, though still a French protectorate, the kingdom of what landlocked Southeast Asian country between Vietnam and Thailand was officially formed? Name that country, officially known as the Kingdom of the country name. 10 seconds. By the way, this is just unintentionally a lot of geography, not my intent here. So let's move on to something else. On September 17th of 1949, the Warner Brothers cartoon Fast and Furious was released, debuting what iconic cartoon duo? Name that Warner Brothers cartoon duo. And seconds. And finally, question number 10, our final question, our 1949 round on November 28th. Going on to serve 23 years as the band leader for the David Letterman Show, what Canadian musician was born in Toronto on November 28th, 1949? Hey, 10 seconds. And just like that, round number 1 is done. I'll give you all 2 minutes from right now to fill in any empty spots you might have. Check your answers. Please turn them in upside down in front of this awkward, pervy country singer.
You?
Oh, look at this guy.
Sorry.
Would you want him around your grandchildren?
That's Porter Wagner.
Apparently, yeah.
Ah.
Like I need to. I
thought you were going to ask a Porter Wagner trivia
Oh
question.
no! He's just some random crap I found.
You know what song Dolly Parton wrote about him that's really famous is I Will Always Love You.
Oh, he was the producer
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, that's the guy.
Okay, I thought of him at least. Yes. I can't yeah. All right, 1 minute till we need all slips turned in, please. 1 minute. Right now, sir. Thank you. Right there for me. Thank you. All righty, friends. Last call for slips, please. Let's get them all up in the next 10 seconds, please. Right here, brother? Yep, right there. Thanks, man. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you, though. Righty crew, let's check those answers to round number one, see how you did. We had a perfect score and we had a few ones, so it's a pretty nicely divided score here. Ratio. That northernmost part of the Indian subcontinent divided the Indo-Pakistani Wars, Kashmir, named after a goat yarn, Kashmir, or really the source of a goat yarn. Lots of folks guess C3PO is kind of the only android they might know, but you are not nerdy enough. We needed data. And for this one, we got the Balkans mixed up with the Baltics a fair bit, but we're looking for Latvia and Lithuania, along with Estonia. Similar region, but on completely different sides of the seas. That 10th, forming the 10th along with another island, that was Newfoundland and Labrador. The Newfoundland in particular joined up on that day. The amount of you that said the Sound of Music for this was oddly concerning, but that was South Pacific. South Pacific. She was a nanny and she was British. She was not a nurse. And in fact, she wasn't British, she was Austrian, but here we are. It did have to do with World War II, though, so there you go. Marion, remember, Pluto does not count anymore, so I was looking for the last planet. I don't know how many of you just wanted me to say Uranus out loud, but it is not correct. The final planet is Neptune. Neptune. Remember, like my very educated mother just served us 9. Now it just has to end there. That famous dystopian novel by George Orwell. A couple teams guess Animal Farm, not bad, but it was actually 1984. Was produced in 1949, written in 1948. That's the switcheroo there. Again, did not intend this to be so geographically focused, but Lord knows you guys need to look at a map a bit more often. Just saying that with love. The only landlocked nation in Southeast Asia is Laos. Laos. People were like, Indonesia? I'm like, that is a series of islands. How could that be landlocked? This one, quite a few of you guys got it. This was just kind of a random one, but the Fast there was a good clue. A lot of you guys, Tom and Jerry, they came out earlier than this. Fast and the Furious was Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. The Fast and the Furious. And finally, last but not least, I personally found him very creepy, but this guy served for 23 years. Along with doing a bunch of other bands and all sorts of stuff. But that Canuck is Paul Schaefer. Paul Schaefer. I took some weird spellings, but if you tried to call him like Peter Shandling, I did not take it because it's not correct. So let's check your scores here. It's going to take me a second to adjust them here, but let's check your scores and see how you did. Oh, gave a little spoiler alert there. Well, we'll hop up to the top here. Again, this is a total out of a possible 20, really, so far. And here we are at the top with in first place, getting a perfect score and using their star for a total of 20 points. Don't quiz on the electric fence. Auto Pirates also used their star for 16, so they're in second. And in third place is Chrysalis with 9 points, a good score. I'll be honest, I wasn't too impressed with your names. So the winner of the best name game, which by the way, you're winning Urban Heat, the hip hop workout on VHS. So don't feel bad. I'm going to give it to Reed, I'm Your Son. Where is Reed, I'm Your Son? Only because I know you can't make butt babies. I try and I try, but it's never worked out. Come get your trash. It is hosted by Gloria Araya Quinion. She looks funky. Come get it. Come get it. Alrighty, let's dive back into another round of trivia here. After that 75-year-old trivia, we're going to keep it a little bit more random. Round number 2, it's going to be 10 random questions. Again, some of them lean toward geography as well. Not my intention, but here we are. So let's dive right into, make sure your team name is at the top. Don't forget to use that star if you feel like you did well. Let's dive right into round number 2, our random round. Question number 1. What famous waterfalls are split in two by Goat Island? You can be general on this or specific. Either one's fine with me. And seconds. Question number 2, giving some love to our gray bushes out there. On MASH, what was Margaret Houlihan's nickname? Ten seconds. Question number 3 in our random round. In the Bhagavad Gita, what major deity of Hinduism says, "Now I am become death"? Name that Hindu god. Ten seconds. All right, taking it back to fourth grade here. What's the capital of the state of Missouri? Ten seconds. Question number 5, a little history here for you. On September 5th, 1901, who was shot twice at the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, Nueva York? Here's a hint. It was kind of a big deal. It's not just some random dude named like Gary. 10 seconds. Question number 6, in theater, what play recounts the last hours of the lead character Willie Loman? What play follows his last few hours?
Thank you.
10 seconds. Let's get biblical here for a second. How many human beings took refuge on Noah's Ark? Just give me a number. How many humans were on the ark?
Thank you.
10 seconds. Question number 8, a little anatomy for you here. Broca's area, a region in the the region in the frontal lobe of the usually left hemisphere of the brain, is linked to what human ability? Broca's area. Ten seconds. Question number 9 in our random round. In reference to the food additive, what does MSG stand for? You know MSG, but what is it, love? What is it? No. Ten seconds. And finally, number 10 in our random round. This could save your life someday. In dashes and dots, what is SOS in International Morse Code? Just give me dashes and or dots for SOS. Ten seconds.
Seriously, not read Can read the book. Then last night you got the book.
I know. Like somebody sent me a video today. I was like, oh my. All right, folks, that's going to do it for round number 2. Please turn your slips in upside down in front of the creepy statuette. Also, just a reminder, the kitchen will be closing in about 30 minutes. So if you want some snacks or get a hearty meal, go ahead and get those orders into your server soon. Give you guys 2 minutes from right now to get your slips up, please. 2 minutes. That is scary. Yeah, I was like, oh God, why? Oh God, no. Read this one. It's gonna be really good. Okay.
Which question was the one on the musical? That's 7 or 8.
There wasn't a musical this round. There was a play. It was number 6.
Oh, the play was 6?
Yep.
Okay.
You have 1 minute to get those slips in, please. 1 minute. Thank you. Well, just upside down right there for me, guys. Thank you.
We started with 6. Now we have 5.5, but it's actually 7.
I'll trust you guys to be good.
Well, I put it on.
Oh, okay. I'm not too worried about it today.
We have 2 people who are enamored of each other.
Well, they're just desperately looking at each other. And last call for slips, please. Last call. Also, a reminder, folks, every Tuesday night down here at Cranky's, we're doing bingo. Did some big pots last night, well over $300. If you'd like to come down and join us for some drinks and some grub and some bingo down here every Tuesday from 7 to 9. Get your buns down here and win some dollar bills. You're doing just great. Thank you, though. Good. How are you? Good. We got two more rounds. We're just going to do answers to the last one. You're welcome to join it. Or are you?
Have you already been going?
Yeah. Well, we're halfway through, but join us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Alrighty, folks, thanks again for your patience. Let's dive in here to our answers. And again, just a reminder, the kitchen will be closing in about 15 minutes. So if you want some grub, get your order in soon. That's the famous waterfalls that are split in two by Goat Island. Is Niagara Falls, specifically between Bridaldale and Horseshoe. But altogether, they're the falls. Lots of people just said Margot. I'm like, oh, that's not like sexist enough. MASH is troublesome, but it was Hot Lips Houlihan. She personally hated it, so they treated her badly for being a woman. Why do you name some interesting Hindu gods? But we were looking specifically from the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, Krishna. Now I have become death. I usually avoid super basic questions like this, but I had to think about it for a second, so I thought you guys would too. Jefferson City. I would say less than half of you got that correct. It's one of those classic, like, are you smarter than a fourth grader? They had to memorize that shit for a quiz for a pizza party or something, you know? Person shot twice in the belly, really, at the Pan American Exposition. That was President William McKinley. They couldn't find the second bullet, so they left it in and he died. A lot more of you knew about the last hours of Willie Loman than I thought. Lots of good answers on that one. That's Death of a Salesman. Death of a Salesman. Pulitzer Prize winning play. My favorite answer for this is Noah's Ark wasn't real. Yeah, we know, dude. Okay. But if we're going to pretend like it was, how many people were on it? It was actually a full 8. Noah, his sons, Japheth, Shem, and Ham. Yeah, he had a son named Ham. And then their wives, their 4 wives. There was 8 humans on the boat. And only one last lonely unicorn. Broca's area. I tried to be pretty kind on this, but I have to be fairly specific. In the brain there, that is specifically speech formation. So if you did anything with speech, I took it. But if you just said language, I did not, because that is not only located in the Broca's area. I was also fairly kind to you guys on spelling, even though it's very, very phonetic. That's monosodium glutamate. If you did like monosidemic something else, I didn't give it to you, but if you were pretty close, oddly enough, I'm not a dick tonight, which is rare, so you're welcome. Usually I'm just horrible, just completely intolerable. Also, most of you would die at sea sending some kind of message with strange, strange letters in it. Because in International Morse code, SOS is 3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots, dot, 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 dash, dash, dash. I think you guys were like trying to send nudes or something with your dots and dashes. Well, that's where we ended up here. Let's go ahead and check your scores, see how y'all did. We did get our first official goose egg of the night, which I'm kind of excited about. All up in Reed's Nook. They don't even need to get answers. They're above correct answers, which we love. These bolds are not all correct, I'm realizing, so don't stress about those. Usually only bold it if you're using your star.
Can I look at a menu? Can I look at a menu? I've seen it 1,000 times. That's still amazing. Do I just get the stir fry again, or
And here we are at the top of the list with Don't Whiz on the electric fence with 27 points. In second place are the Auto Pirates, who just got a new member with 23. And the Pedals bumped up to third place with 22 points. But we still have 2 more rounds of completely random crap. So do not stress yet. Let's move on to round number 3, something completely different for y'all. It's going to be a photo round. I'm going to ask you to name the cartoon by the bad guy. These are television cartoons from the 70s up into the aughts. So it should cover, at least for some of you, it should cover some of your childhoods. Again, I don't need to know the name of the character. I just need to know the name of the TV show that they were at least one of the bad guys on. So again, it's a photo round. Make sure you can see the screens clearly. And let's go ahead and dive right in. You'll get about 35 seconds per picture. So use your time wisely. No repeats. Again, 70s till the aughts cartoons. Name the cartoon by the bad guy. What cartoon was this the bad guy on? Give you 10 seconds. How about number 2, using bad guy loosely? What cartoon was this the bad guy on? And seconds. Move on to number 3. What cartoon was this the bad guy on?
right now?
10 seconds. Let's move on to number 4. Name the TV show where this was the main antagonist. Ten seconds. How about number 5? What cartoon was this the bad guy on? Ten seconds. Take it back a little further for number 6. Name the cartoon that this was the bad guy on. Ten seconds. Go kicking right along. How about number 7? Name the cartoon show where this was a bad guy on it. Ten seconds. How about number 8? Name the cartoon where these were considered the antagonists. Ten seconds. Just 2 more here. How about number 9? What TV show was this the bad guy? What cartoon, I should say, was this the bad guy on? Ten seconds. And finally, number 10, one main antagonist of a show. Name the TV show. Cartoon version.
Here.
It's 10 seconds. And that, my friends, going to do it for round number 3, our Name the Cartoon by the Villain round. I'll give you 2 minutes from right now to get all those slips in. Don't forget to circle that star if you want double points for that whole round.
Man, I sucked. That's a good round. I like that. That's fun. Yeah, that's a fun. So I tried to make sure I was using like stuff. I was like 70s will be my contrast. But I tried to use a few from each decade to be better than odds. I was like, that seems fair for everything. I'm gonna take one of the pins out of your voodoo doll. Thank you. Oh wait, this one, please, because really, I'm gonna take the pin out of this. Oh, that's fine. I've given him on that a long time ago.
One minute left. Get all your slips in, please. 1 minute. And last call for slips. You have about 10 seconds to get all your slips up, please.
It's so late.
I'm so sorry.
For 2 minutes. Okay.
You're welcome, Judy. Do you want us to keep it under the heat?
You just want to, you're supposed to be to go.
Yeah.
So this I'll throw in the box. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, man.
Alrighty, crew, let's check those answers for round number 3. Good round for a lot of you, rough round for a lot of you. Pretty good mix going on there. Number 1, this handsome chap, if you look on his collar, getting an indication also his chair, that's Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe, the real American hero. This cranky old bastard reminds me of my grandfather and half of the people over 60 that come in here. But that's Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. This lovely mess, which they tried to do on film, and I thought it was very stupid, but that's Dr. Claw from taking it back to the old school early 70s here with Mr. Spacely from the Jetsons. The Jetsons. This is a really bad screenshot. They don't have a lot of big pictures of him on the interwebs for some reason. But that's Roger Klotz from Doug. This was definitely of an era. A lot of you guessed the right era, but maybe not the right show. This is Mum-Ra from Thundercats. Thundercats all on the move. Thundercats loose. Hear the magic, feel the raw. Thundercats are loose. Not the main villain, but one that popped up a few times. This is Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. The TMNT, if you will. This is a weird one because it's a weird show, but these were kind of the bad guys in, they were the Moonyites in Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So again, moving a little more modern, a little more surreal, if you will. Surreal and ridiculo. This guy's actually had quite a few iterations, but this is a pretty clear indication of him. This is Big Nose from Pink Panther, the main antagonist of said Panther. And this last one is absolutely stupid. There's not really bad guys on the show, but if there is a single arch nemesis, it's the chicken from Family Guy. They are constantly getting in very brutal and bloody battles. So let's check your scores here after 3 rounds, see how you're doing. Again, not all of those folded things are necessarily you using your star. We got another goose egg, which we just don't see very often down here. So I really hope the cranky Nacho Libres actually just were like outside as children. I hope it wasn't some weird like Christian thing with no TV in the house. But whatever it was, you can now tell your parents, I'm more ignorant because of your choices, at least according to a stupid trivia night.
Hey, Joe, look, ours didn't show up on the list there. Showed up as it's the Googly Googles.
We're checking them now. We had a there.
We brought it up pretty early.
Well, you absolutely did. You know what? I know exactly what happened. I had a weird 10. I'll get you guys fixed.
Okay, thanks.
So you guys did get 10. You got 5 right.
Yeah. Gotcha, thanks.
Alrighty, so here we are near the top list. The Googly Wooglies might have moved up a bit, though. I didn't have a score in for them. But currently in first place is Don't Quiz on the Electric Fence, who has a total of 36 out of a possible 40 at this point. Right on their tail is Call Me Adam Ishmael, which has a total of 34, getting a perfect score for that round. And Read I'm Your Son, which again isn't possible because butt babies just don't work. They have 32 points, moving into third place. So it's all going to come down to our final round here tonight. I just got back from a couple of weeks in Mexico. Don't feel jealous. I was shitting my brains out for the last week of it. But man, I shit the bed in some really beautiful places. So we can at least celebrate that. But I figure we always try to do something different for the last round. So we're going to do a good old Viva Mexico round. 10 questions about our lovely, spicy neighbors to the south. A little history, a little food, a little everything here to celebrate the gorgeousness of Mexican culture. El Cultura de Mexico.
Can I get a little more beer? Thank you.
All right, let's dive right into round number 4. Question number 1 about Mexico. In what century did Mexico become a Spanish territory? Give me that like 12th century, 9th century kind of answer, please.
What?
10 seconds. I don't know if you get turned on by trilateral trade blocks like I do, but what trilateral trade block between Canada, Mexico, and the United States was formed in 1994? Just the acronym is fine. Or the syllogism, I should say.
Right.
It's an acronym. You know, it's an acronym. I think there are trainees on it. I'm not sure.
10 seconds.
Thank you so much.
Here.
Well, here we are then.
Let's dive into some food questions here. From Spanish meaning shepherd's style, what's the term for the traditional Mexican dish of spit roasted meat, often served in tacos or burritos? What is that style of meat called?
Oh.
Ten seconds. Question number 4 about our lovely Mexican neighbors. What largest state of Mexico shares its name with a breed of dog? 'Make sure to keep your guesses quiet, please. If I can hear you, so can other people. 10 seconds. Question number 5 in our Mexican round. La Casa Azul, or the Blue House, is a museum in Coyoacan devoted to the works of what famous artists? I'll just say again, spelling does not matter here, but it needs to be phonetically correct. 10 seconds. Question number 5, a little boozy question for you. Combined with rum and sugar, Arabica coffee is the main ingredient of what liqueur produced in Veracruz, Mexico? And seconds. And just because I could tell you needed some more geography, here's a question. Mexico is bordered by the United States to the north and what 2 countries to the south/east, depending on how you gauge that? Name those 2 countries.
To bring it back to the essence of being slaves and energy back inside is because you have
10 seconds. Another food question for you here. Number 8. What traditional Mexican soup is made from hominy corn, meat, often pork, and spices? Name that hominy corn and pork soup. Ten seconds. Number 9, I'll just warn you, it's going to be multiple words for your answer, but I tried to do my best to give you the clues here. Named for apparitions of Mary, the mother of Jesus Mary, what Mexico City basilica is the most visited Catholic shrine in the world? It'll be 4 words you need to write down. The name of the basilica in Mexico City. Your English answers are 5. Yes. 10 seconds. And finally, even more geography. Sorry, not sorry, but name all the U.S. states that border Mexico. Hey, if you're at the bar wearing a green hat, don't shout out answers. I know, but I can see you, hear you, and so can everybody around you. Ten seconds. And just like that, my friends, our regular trivia is over tonight. Remember, if you have not used your star, use it now. I will not automatically star you. And let's get those answers in as soon as you can. Hopefully, by the time I get back from the bathroom.
Awesome trivia. Thanks.
Alrighty, folks, last call for those final slips. We'll see how we all did here at trivia tonight. Again, I know it could be a little more challenging than some places, but hope you guys had some fun and got some learn on here. We're going to learn a little bit more about Mexico here in just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Alrighty, crew, let's check those final answers and see where we ended up at the end of the night here. Our final Viva Mexico round. The century that Mexico became a Spanish territory, which is a really nice way to describe genocide. That was the 16th century. About 1521, they took over Mexico City in a super calm and respectful way, because fucking Spaniards of that time definitely appreciated other cultures. Quite a few of you put NATO for this. You were just kind of a little bit off there, friends. Look for NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement. Honestly, one team put association, and I decided not to take it. You should have just stuck with the acronym. Association. It's an agreement, ma'am. All right, excuse me, ma'am. All right, this very important is the spit roasted meat, and also the Spanish that's al pastor. Do you ever wonder why, like, they're called a pastor in certain religions? That's because they're like a shepherd of their people. OMG, it all comes back around. I think almost everybody got this, because if you say Mexican and dog breed, besides those weird hairless ones, that is the state of Chihuahua. Chihuahua is the largest of the states of Mexico. La Casa Azul. A lot of you guys guessed Salvador Dali for this, who was not Mexican. He was Spanish, but not Mexican. We're looking for the other one, Frida Kahlo, our luscious dame of power and brilliance. I can tell a lot of you are low-level alcoholics, because most of you guys got this one as well. That's Kahlua. Kahlua. Though a lot of you spelled it, it looked like Kalva. And I was like, I need you to simmer down, sir. Just picture a K-A-L, a very sharp U, and an A. And I was like, Kalva? Sounds like some hippy-dippy fake shit you can get at like the sex store. And actually, out of all the geography questions tonight, actually, some of you were embarrassingly off, but most of you knew it was Belize and Guatemala. I'm not here to judge. We all have different lives and different experiences. But for the 3 or 4 teams that put Ecuador, can you please look at a fucking map of the world? Thank you so much. Ecuador's real far away. It's like 11 countries in between there. And honestly, you guys, this one threw me off. I wrote the question wrong, but I gave you the alternative answer, so don't panic when you see it. I was actually actively looking for menudo, but Pizzoli is definitely the good answer for it as well. Menudo, Pizzoli, same kind of run. Menudo actually uses more like beef belly, so I fucked up that question, but Pizzoli is very much accepted and appreciated. I just know that when I was just recently down in Jalisco, they called it menudo. That's just what I know. Or I assume they did. I was just shitting my brains out in a hotel room, just crawling desperately across the floor, leaving a very brown streak, just to pour myself in the shower to sob myself to sleep. This one was a little rough, but a lot of you guys knew exactly what we were talking about. I took pretty much anything fairly close. There's lots of spellings too. It's Our Lady of Guadalupe or Guadalupe. One random dude saw Mary 5 times, and now it's like the thing for the Catholics. And last but not least, a lot of y'all knew these border states as well, though a few people threw in Nevada. That was probably the one that threw you off the most. It's not that far away, but look for California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nuevo Mexico, and Texas. And as I say as often as possible, make America great again. Make Texas Mexico again. But that's just me. So let's check your final score, see how y'all did. I was going to dig way deeper into some very minutia about Mexico, but I decided to be kind of kind to you guys. So here we are. Luckily, the Nacho Libres got at least 3 of those Mexican questions right. Nothing you need to know about Mexico to celebrate nachos, but still. And we were missing a bunch of answers here at the end. If you had scores in, I'm sorry if I just didn't find them, but and so now at this point, these totals are out of 50 points, out of 0 points. D's may get degrees, but they're not going to win you shit down here at our crappy trivia. And I'm excited to announce as we get up here to the top, we will need a tiebreaker. Coming in hard and strong and sturdy and so not menudo-y was Don't Quiz on the Electric Fence, who had a total of 45 out of 50. But we have two teams, Chrysalis and Call Me at Mishmael, who need to come up and grab one extra set of paper so that we can do a quick tiebreaker.
I love it. Write your name at the top, and I'll get you in a second.
We still need the Team Chrysalis team to come up. You can go back to your team. Oh, that's why it's Chrysalis. I get it now. So these two teams will have to do, you guys can guess as well. I tried to find a number that you could guess, but really couldn't know for our final round. This is going to decide between a $20 drink tab and a weird, creepy, old country guy singer. But following the mood of Mexico, here is our tiebreaker question. How many miles is the most direct driving route from Tijuana, Mexico in the northwest to Cancun, Mexico in the southeast? This is hypothetically the longest drive you can take across Mexico. How many miles is it? What we're looking for from our teams, and whoever's closest to the real answer will get an extra point and take home some money. Don't quiz on the electric fence. You can come up and get your prize right now, though.
Congrats, congrats, man.
No, and you made so many comments about the geography stuff. That was what did it for us.
There you go.
Oh, and we have our guesses in.
No, come on, really? They actually won. They said $1, Bob.
Okay.
I'll take it.
So this was a bit of a farce here. Call Me at Mishmael literally turned in $1, Bob, which I love for 1,000 reasons. We don't do a full Price is Right action down here, but it would be good. Chrysalis team guessed 2,000 miles. And the actual answer here is 2,700 miles, meaning that Chrysalis gets this and Call Me at Mishmael. It is numbered on the bottom. It was made in Thailand. I think the only thing is his little microphone cord slightly broke. You could probably glue that. Again, 2,700 miles only takes you 53 hours given Mexican traffic, just so you know. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys all so much. We come down every Wednesday, please. Always trying to give you a new, different, quirky rounds of trivia as we move through. Don't forget, Tuesdays are bingo. You want to invest $3 and maybe win $300, plus hang out with some friends drinking and playing freaking bingo, which is about as low stress as it gets. Come on down on Tuesdays.
Thanks. Oh, that's really great. I appreciate it. Again, I was just looking, it was like, when we drink, I have a vagina, and you know, you talk about story, and it was a cute for kids. That's it all. That's what I was doing. Oh, no. Speak now.
I need whatever.
But honestly, God. Jack is not work. But it's getting better. There's not really music to that. It's actually like changes for it. A little bars back. But it's and it's Savannah. No, it's Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa. Oh, I know why I'm mixing up. It's just her name. I'm Vanessa. Oh, this. The last possibility. So second one. Block. I think you figured it out.
Yeah, I should been first right after. I'm like, yeah, make it concentrate.
I don't. Yeah. Sound great to find a theater. Unfortunately, it's not here. Really bad. It's here. It's gonna be a problem with either. That's really it's great classroom. What's the right? Like, it's not nice. If you're part of
Yeah.